What's up, everybody? Welcome.
Yo.
Yo.
What is
Welcome
happening?
back to another episode of Blue Table Podcast. I'm Rosa. I'm very excited to be here. We're just gonna go around and introduce everybody once again and have everybody say how their week or weekend is going.
I'm Gabriel. It was good.
Bruh, say a
I'm
little
Gabriel.
bit more.
It was good.
Say a little bit more.
It was good. That's it.
I'm Gabriel. It was good. But nah, my name is AJ. It was a pretty good week. Crazy in terms of schoolwork and tests, but it's pretty good so far.
I'm Jay Shell. My week's been hell, but it is what it is.
Why has it been hell?
Fucking midterm.
You can say that though.
I know.
Nah, you can say that.
No, you
this
got
is like
it.
a free platform,
I
so like
know,
I think
but, like, I
you're
don't know.
fine.
Okay. So midterms, and I got 2 papers due next week that I haven't started yet. So, just vibes.
Yeah.
Consider it done though.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back to another episode. On today's episode, we'll be covering some of the most current events. Today we have some pretty good topics lined up that will spark conversations probably amongst the viewers, which is what we hope. But we all felt eager to talk about these things because we have very different opinions, or probably the same opinions, or even probably don't even know anything about these topics. But we want to come here and have a conversation today. So, Jisha, what do we have lined up today?
Yeah, so I want to talk about Kanye, and I have a little bit of a timeline. I won't go over exact dates and stuff like that, but as you guys probably know, it all started with Paris Fashion Week with the White Lives Matter shirts and all that stuff. And then after that, he kind of started talking about Jewish people and had some anti-Semitic comments. And then from there, he basically lost a bunch of deals. So it kind of basically started with JP Morgan Chase. So it was like a bank, I guess, that he was working with, and they kind of severed ties with him. Then it was Balenciaga, then Vogue and Anna Wintour, then his agency, CAA, and then the documentary that he was working on got shelved, and then Adidas severed ties with him, so no more Yeezys, and then top stars left his like done to sports things, so like Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, and then
Jesus Christ.
what?
Yo, this man's life is going crazy.
And then
He's no longer a billionaire or something.
I mean,
Yeah.
what his billionaire status after Adidas
Oh, no.
cut their deal.
crazy.
Gap took out all Yeezy products, and then Kanye walked up into Skechers. The owner of Skechers is actually Jewish, by the way,
Oh,
and
shit.
he didn't know that, so he got removed from the building by security. And I
What did
believe
he say? What did Kanye say?
he arrived unannounced without any invitation, and that was really it. It looked like he was just escorted out by security and stuff like that.
I mean, I think Kanye was going crazy even before all of this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
This is like
Remember-
recent, yeah.
The stuff like with Kim Kardashian and Pete.
Pete Davidson,
It was fucking wild.
Skeet, yeah.
Yes.
It was very
Skeet
crazy.
Davidson.
And he was mad that North, his daughter, was on TikTok with his mom and stuff
Yeah,
like
he
that
got
and everything
pissed.
like that. And he says that he doesn't get to see his kids no more. He doesn't get to
Yup.
go to birthday parties and stuff like that. And then Kim and all them came out and they were like, "You were literally at the birthday party. Like, what are you talking about? You're doing all this for clout."
What the fuck?
No, that is crazy. I know like I know something recent happened when like Kanye was talking to Charlamagne the God, where like Charlamagne the God went into like somewhere and said that Kanye West had told him that Pete Davidson had a
Big
10-inch whatever,
penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that
It's like-
he's like
He was mad about
messing
that.
with his wife, and he was so mad about that. And then Kanye told Charlamagne like, talk about helping the culture when you're letting a white man do this to my wife.
Yup.
I'm like, what? And like something crazy is that like back in like hundreds of years of time, like during slavery and stuff like that, like the white men were like scared like that their wife would cheat on them with like the slaves.
Should I
You know what
play
I'm
the clip
saying?
of Charlamagne talking about it?
Yeah, play it really
It's a
quick.
short, so it
Play it
shouldn't be
really
that bad.
quick.
When me and Kanye got into an argument, he called me last November. He's basically trying to get me on board to shit on somebody he knows is my friend, Pete Davidson. He's like, we got saved to New Maryland one day. Talking about him. I'm like, yo, you know Pete is my friend, right? So he's going on and on. And then finally he goes, my wife is out here, boy, with a tennis, and you won't help me. My wife is out here, boy, with a tennis, and you telling me that's your friend, but you're supposed to be culture.
Yo.
Entertaining. Entertaining. Hilarious. What am I supposed to do but laugh at that?
That's so.
That could
Oh,
be iconic.
yo.
That
Kanye-
has to be one of the most
Got it.
iconic things that has like happened in 2022. But oh my god.
So what it like? I just want to know, like, what Kanye like said though. I want to know what Kanye said about like Jews.
Oh, it's probably in here. I'm not gonna repeat it, but I can see if we can.
I think a lot of it has to do like just show you when you said like the White Lives Matter thing in Paris. I feel like that triggered a lot of other things because
Okay.
Kanye was already like on the pot, like on the hot pot when
Yeah.
like the Kim Kardashian thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the White Lives Matter thing escalated things racially because people thought he was crazy to begin with.
Also, he ran for office.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
At his rallies, he was like talking about how Kim almost got an abortion, and that wouldn't have been North, and that his daughter wouldn't have been here and stuff like that, and that's why he was pro life and all that stuff. But if you also look at it, one of the main things about the White Lives Matter thing was that who was in it? Laura Hill's daughter
Yeah.
was wearing the White Lives Matter shirt, and then she had to like speak about it, saying, "Oh well, Kanye is just being expressive, yada yada yada." Also, it came out yesterday that I think it was like E or TMZ reported that Kanye wanted to name that what that third album. I think he named it like Yay or something like that. He wanted to name it after Adolf Hitler.
Wow.
I don't know what album it is.
The
The one
album
that he
that is
wrote
Ye?
in Colorado or something like that.
The Yeah album?
I think it is Yay.
Yeah, he wanted to name it after Adolf Hitler. You're
Yeah.
saying? Oh my god.
Let me see exactly what album it is because I don't know Kanye's discography like that.
No, but Kanye overall is going crazy. I'm not even
nah.
gonna lie to you.
I'll say what he said about Jews, and we can cut it out if we want to. But basically, he was like, "This is a tweet," and he goes, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." The funny thing is, can't actually be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda.
I'm just trying to figure out like what his thought process was.
I
Yeah.
don't think he has a thought process right now. Well, honestly, I think he does, but I think he uses mental health and mental illness as like a way to like make it seem like
Yeah.
he's not perpetrating all of this like
Yeah. I feel
hate.
like a lot of it has to do that people think that he's like basically like sick, like mentally ill, and that like he does say like crazy stuff, but if he was like a like I don't know, I'm trying to put this together, but I feel like people already think that he's crazy, and by him like saying those things, people look at him even more crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's that, but
I was thinking like he could just be trying to like filter out his audience even more. Like this may be like far fetched, but like
yeah.
he's saying all this crazy shit just to see who's like really with him, and like because he's kind of I'm not gonna lie, he's getting kind of mainstream now, and like he might not like that.
Yeah.
So he's like saying all this shit so his real viewers stay and all the fake people like
I don't know. Is
but
it?
that, I don't know if
like-
I don't agree with anything he's
No, I don't know what it is. Is it a PR stunt? Is it? Do you actually have issues that you need help on? And also like the platform that he has and the shit that he's saying, it doesn't run easy. Like people who look up to him, people who idolize him, young people, they are seeing this come out of his mouth. It's very impactful to a lot of communities. And it almost reminds me of, I don't know if you guys remember, it almost reminds me of Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who Andrew Tate is?
We know who Andrew Tate is.
oh chill.
We know who Andrew Tate is.
Let me bring up Andrew Tate for a
Nah,
second.
Andrew Tate, he preached something different, obviously.
It's a different topic. It's more on like...
Yeah, but it's like focusing like negativity to gain.
Attraction.
Yes,
like-
it's the
Exactly,
kind of
yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like Kanye, like you're saying, in terms of Kanye being an influence to like the younger people, you know that like there's also people that look up to like Donald Trump.
Exactly.
There's also people that look up to people that like Chris Brown or people that have done like
You gotta
crazy
mention
shit
Chris
like
Brown
that.
just because I said that I listened to his throwback song.
No, but-
you just have to bring up.
Tory Lanez.
You admitted that on
People
show
listen to
now.
I
Tory
did, but like you don't have to
Lanez.
take it
People listen-
down.
People listen to Tory Lanez and he out here shooting feet. Like,
Yeah.
come on now.
You can put it like
People
literally
look up to
shooting
him.
feet.
People look up to him, and he's out here like
Yeah.
shooting feet.
No, yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, people follow like people of like who like figures of power,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
basically
Controversial figures.
Yeah.
controversial figures. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with kind of like the good things that they do, but there's some people that get like so clouded into following a figure that sometimes the bad things that they do, they're like, oh, it's alright. You know what I'm saying?
We
It's
just push
alright.
that.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
You know what I'm
push
saying?
that aside a
Like
little
Donald
bit.
Trump. Like Donald Trump used to
Yeah.
go crazy on his rallies, but then you have like
No, literally.
hundreds of people in the back like, let's
No,
go.
literally.
You
You
know
no
what
vida
I'm saying?
nada. Like
Yeah.
when they do stuff like that, it's like
You know what I'm saying? Like a diehard Trump supporter. If you were to go up to him right now and say, "Oh, Donald Trump killed 10 people,"
and what?
he'll be like, "Fuck, he raised the economy."
Yeah. Business.
That's all he cares about.
No, wait.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're getting a little political on that end, but still, it's factual that people
Yeah.
just dismiss that the bad things that come with the good.
Yeah.
That's just factual.
Yeah.
Yeah, people would even do that. Like, if you remember somebody like X, like he had like domestic violence charges or anything like that. Like,
Alright.
there's always a discussion of like separating the artist from their music and stuff like that. Like even with
Absolutely.
Chris Brown, like, and I think that's such a controversial like idea, especially when you look at the way that people have been able to utilize PR to their advantage. Like they have like specific people who make millions of dollars running PR teams for people who like blow up their lives. Like help me fix it. Like I still want to make money. Like help me fix it.
Nah, but no, like a lot of people like still hate on like Travis Scott, but like I still bump Travis Scott's music.
Travis Scott is.
What that rolling, got me
What?
stargazed.
I want to hear what Jay. I want to hear what Jay Shell.
I bump that Travis Scott. Listen, I do not agree with the stuff that happened in the concert. I do not agree with the way he handled it. But his music still slaps.
I didn't listen to Travis
You know what
Scott
I'm
before
saying?
that. To be
Yeah,
honest,
listen
You didn't?
I don't listen
I-
to Travis.
How?
Travis
He's-
Scott's not my vibe either.
No.
Nah, but that's okay though.
To each their own.
like-
Yeah.
So for a lot of the people like Chris Brown, Tory Lanez, like stuff that if they do stuff, it's easy for me to be like, well, I don't even listen to their music to begin
Yeah.
with. So it's like
Yeah.
but also Travis Scott is not actually in a relationship with Kylie Jenner. That's not the topic we're talking about right now. But
Oh
he's
my-
really not with her.
Have you guys heard about that?
what you mean, like,
her
cheating?
doppelganger, her Walmart version?
There's a okay.
What?
You guys didn't hear?
Young Sweet Roe.
Oh, hold
Yeah.
on. Let me
Repeat
pull
what
up
you
a
Okay.
picture.
Okay. So there's
Repeat
this
it.
girl named Young Sweet Roe.
Okay.
And she went on Instagram basically like spilling the tea that Travis really be with her and that Travis and Kylie are not really together. It's just a PR stunt. Travis does not live with Kylie. Never lived with Kylie. There's this one GQ interview when they first had the baby, when they first had Stormy. He didn't even know the name of her dogs. And they had a baby together. That's her.
Hold up, what? Oh,
No, I can't believe that. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
can't believe that.
You said that. Unpack the whole like dog. Like you lost me at dog.
Travis, so Kylie has dogs in her house, right? And if you're in a relationship with somebody and you have a baby with them and you're with them all the time that you claim, right? You claim that you guys are in a close relationship. You know the name of their dogs.
So he named.
He didn't know the name of their dogs. In an interview, he didn't know the name of their dogs.
Oh shit.
But like, it's Travis Scott.
Yeah, you know
True.
what I'm saying?
It's not
He
some,
didn't
like,
know like
normie,
the
like,
stuff on
person.
her
The name
makeup
of your
line.
girlfriend's dogs? You can know
mean,
two dog
that's
names.
fine.
You can know two dog names. If
I
you're
ain't gonna lie
in
to
the
you.
house.
Names nowadays are becoming crazy.
What if it was like some crazy name like
Yeah, like
It's like Normie or
Bruh,
something.
Quisha
They
Navy?
have crazy names for their children.
They do. Their daughter's name is Stormy.
They,
okay, Stormy's kind of cute though.
But that,
It
but
is.
that's,
it's cute,
It's
but
not
like it's,
like a
that's
regular.
their daughter
Kind of
though.
cute name.
yeah, but like but animals be like children too.
But they're not children.
But they be like them. You think about it. You take care of them. You get them
That's not
insurance.
his dog though.
It's his girl's dog. Wait, so you're saying if you had a girlfriend and you guys were getting close?
If I was Travis
Like-
Scott in this,
No. Okay.
Travis Scott, like, what I always like to like imagine is like these people are regular people outside of being
Yeah.
Travis Scott. So like if you are like in an actual relationship with somebody, you should be able to fulfill their needs emotionally, spiritually, all of that stuff, right?
Wrap
Knowing
it
the names
up.
dogs.
And no,
Yeah, and that's like the part of the
dogs name.
personal
I get that.
connection. Yeah, like
no, like for real. Honestly, he should know the names of the dogs, but like I kind of see why he doesn't, just because he might have so much shit going on. By what I meant by he's Travis Scott is like he has like all these interviews, he has like concerts, he has to deal with the backlash of his concert.
Yeah.
Like he has
this was
all
before
this
that
shit.
though.
Before they go.
This
Even
is
that,
when
he-
Stormy
he's
was
still
born.
he's
I
still
think
like
I remember that.
I'm gonna see if I could pull it up.
Yeah, but Kylie Jenner has stuff going on too, like youngest billionaire, whatever. She has her makeup line and stuff like that to keep up with.
mean-
She's also taking care of Stormy while Travis is doing
And the
all
other
what
one,
you're
what's her
saying.
name? Wolfie?
Is the
Wolf?
baby is the baby real? Like at this point, I don't even know.
the baby.
baby
No,
real?
it's because I think the real reason was that Travis and Kylie were messing around, and she accidentally got pregnant, and Kylie always wanted to be a mom, so she kept the baby. But Travis wasn't really interested in a relationship. That's why you never really like see them together unless it's like a birthday party or something like that. Like
Or,
they don't
like,
really be together.
The red carpet events. and
Yeah.
they're posing
The public
together.
for the public, like
They, honestly, yeah, I think they could be like a
No,
A$AP
but I
see-
Rihanna
no,
kind of thing.
But I see.
you don't think they're actually together?
Hey?
What? No, I said they
Oh.
do. I'm just saying
Oh.
Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, if they're dating, they should be like how A$AP Rocky and
Okay.
Rihanna are. Like, I mean, it's a different level and different people, but they
Wait,
should
hold
be together. Like,
All the time.
Kind of.
Like you. Who was it? Doja Cat's birthday party, which we can also talk about because Doja definitely sold her soul to the devil or whatever.
Yeah,
But
she be looking crazy. I'm not even.
that
Oh my God.
she posted herself without a top, and she was walking
What
around
is that?
topless
What
at
is
her
that,
party.
That like humiliation theory.
It is a humiliation.
Yeah.
It's a humiliation
What is it called?
tactic.
Yeah.
Like to, whatever.
That's
We
the
know.
Katy Perry thing where she's going like.
Yeah, it's very off topic, and that's why she shaved her head too. Anywho, basically, they were together. So A$AP Rocky and Rihanna were together at Doja Cat's birthday party, and they're together at other events. You don't really see Travis and Kylie out anywhere together.
Nah, but at the same time, I've seen like cute
They could
reels
just
of
be
them.
homebodies, though.
They seem like homebodies. I've seen videos where they're like at the park together, at home together, and like they're happy. They seem happy.
Yeah, like
Maybe they're low key.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe they could just be homebodies. They don't really like going out like that. They just that stuff like that. So
But that like Kylie Jenner's doppelganger thing, like that whatever they're saying, it's like a Walmart version of her, and Travis is with her. Like I just found out about that literally last night. I don't even know. I don't even have enough information to be speaking on it. I don't know if you can tell me anything about it, Jay Shell, like the girl I showed you.
double.
It didn't seem like she had a lot of receipts though. To be fair, it didn't seem like she had a whole lot of receipts. She was saying that they were together on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And she showed a picture that showed that I guess she was at his house or something like that, but never with him in it. So that's kind of what leaves a little bit of left in the receipts or whatever. But like it had the date that it was Valentine's Day and the time and stuff like that. And he addressed it low key, saying that she didn't know her, and he said he didn't know her, and he said that she also popped up on one of his video sets unannounced, like recording a music video, and she had to get like escorted out. But she said I didn't get escorted out, and showed a picture of her on the set, and he was acting like he didn't know her when they had been messing with each other for like 5 years or something crazy. So
Wow, that's a long
But-
time.
How much of this internet shit is actually real though?
that's the question. Yeah.
Because we out here like
I don't
talking
believe,
about this shit,
bro.
and like how much of it is like actually real?
I'm
I
not.
feel like there's a
even
little
gonna-
bit of truth in everything. Like I feel like she has her story, he has his story. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna front the quote, that Twitter thing, whatever. I just pulled up dead straight from TikTok. Like, I'm not even gonna joke. We're
Like-
literally just
A lot of information comes from TikTok
yeah.
now.
Yeah. No, TikTok is jumping. I like TikTok.
I love TikTok.
TikTok be jumping.
They're making like an adult version of it. Did you guys see that?
So,
They're making like an 18 plus
that's
version of TikTok.
that's
That's
kind of a
the-
hot take from you guys.
No, but like
a
that's
lot of
BS.
people don't like TikTok. Like they just delete it. They're like that shit is addictive, toxic.
I mean, it is.
That's not my
It
business.
is.
I don't care if it's toxic. I don't care if it's addictive. I'm addicted to
Facts.
other shit too.
That's
So
true.
like
Facts.
that's like,
Like the internet and technology is a tool. If you
Yeah.
misuse a tool, then you're gonna fuck something up. Like, and if you know how to use it, you just like go with it. Then you'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Now, like the moment I realized that like the internet was like an evil and fake world was when I used to watch the people like in like India like building houses like in the forest, and like you see like the tractor marks like.
I see that.
And like people like
I seen that
exposing
shit.
their channels and shit
3
like
a.m.
that, and I was like, nah. I was like, bro. That literally like broke my heart because like I would be watching that at like 2, 3 a.m. and I would be like, yo, this shit gonna look
You know what I-
fire.
Yeah.
You know what I used to love when I was
Wait, so-
little?
wait, that. Sorry, keep going.
You know Talking Tom? Or,
Bruh.
like Talking Angela? Like
Yes,
those
yes.
those they
No.
used to like watch you through your camera. I never
Yeah.
knew that.
Me either.
No, I
Yo,
remember
wait.
that.
The like talking cat thing.
And their
that, like,
eyes, they would watch.
in the eyes they would watch you. Like it was like some like child predator shit. Yeah.
Oh my god. Speaking of adding on to that, like in the same time frame, like figuring out when like the internet and stuff like that is low key evil and bad. I mean high key. But I was a kid, was when I heard people were like dying over Flappy Bird.
What?
No,
I don't know if I don't know shit on anything.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I laughed and my gum literally just went halfway down my throat. I'm like,
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why are people dying
No.
from Flappy Bird?
no, wait, it's not actually funny because I heard people actually like died over that game. Is that? Do you guys remember that?
No.
Nah.
You're gonna have to
I can
enlighten
Google it
us.
right now.
Okay, well,
What I do know
but
is
they were,
like
it was causing issues, like anger issues.
You know when people somebody died over a Popeye chicken sandwich?
I believe that.
Are we just talking about
Honestly,
death
bro.
right now? Like just
Wait,
people
no.
die from car
speaking
crashes.
Of, speaking of death, have you guys ever been like
the
on
news
the?
story was a hoax.
Oh,
Flappy Bird put out a fact saying nobody
see, guys,
actually
this
died.
is the point.
Rosa got
Everything
finessed.
you see, I'm a prime example. The stuff that you see on the internet, you gotta double check that. I was a kid too.
Rose is like one of the bots on the internet.
One
Bruh.
of the bots. Oh
Stop.
my god!
One of the
What the
bots.
fuck? Yo, that shit is fake.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Wait, you want to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer though, so that's a perfect
Yes.
transition for right now. If you actually
We're gonna change gears a little bit, and we're gonna kind of like touch base on entertainment and what it kind of does to like the audience nowadays, and we're gonna tie that into the Jeffrey Dahmer case.
Yep.
If any of you do not know, Jeffrey Dahmer was a notorious killer in Milwaukee, right?
don't look at me, I didn't watch that.
Milwaukee.
Me neither.
Milwaukee, right?
No, you gotta double check on that. I
Did
don't
you
know.
watch it?
Milwaukee. Yeah,
McKenna,
McKenna in the back.
McKenna's
Our
back.
sources
All right.
confirmed it.
McKenna, shout out McKenna in the back. She's doing the behind the
the
scenes
back.
things. If you see her on campus, say hi. She deserves the credits.
So yeah, Jeffrey
He's
Dahmer was a
friendly.
notorious killer in Milwaukee. I do not know what it was, but it was in Milwaukee, and he basically killed around, I believe it was 16 to 18 people, which a good probably like 80% of those were African Americans or like BIPOC, and that rose kind of like the debate of whether Jeffrey Dahmer was racist, and that came because a lot of the things he did and he got caught for, he got away with it. Any of you guys that watch this, what's your take on it?
Didn't he? Wasn't he gay?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was
he-
indeed gay.
And like, he killed the people, cut him up, and like fucked it, right?
Fucked
I
it.
mean, we wouldn't
That's one way to
necessarily
put it.
call it that way, but
I didn't watch the show. That's
Assault.
like what I.
okay. But
Assaulted.
basically, I'm gonna give you like the rundown of what a typical day on a predatory life of Jeffrey Dahmer will look like.
All right.
He'll wake up,
Be care-
basically.
be like careful.
Censor a
Okay,
little
yes,
bit.
yes. I'm gonna censor it a little bit, but basically, Jeffrey would wake up in the morning, drink a 12-pack before eating breakfast. He'll eat breakfast.
12 pack of beer?
Yes, a 12-pack. Budweiser's actually his favorite, because that's like what's all over the show. So basically, Jeffrey would like around like nighttime. Jeffrey will go to the club and he will engage with another homosexual male, and because he used to go to like homosexual clubs. He'll take them back to his place because he wanted to take pictures or like hang out with them. After that, Jeffrey will offer them a drink. He'll spill like
He'd spike
sedatives.
it. Yeah, spike it.
He'll spill like sedatives on it. Mix it poorly. Give it to them. They'll drink it. They'll get fucked up, and then from there he'll do like a crazy range of things to them. Like he'll like sometimes like kill them, or like he'll try like different experiments. One of the
Did
experiments.
he eat them or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to
Okay.
that. One of the different
I did not know that.
experiments that he tried was on this boy. His name is Conrad. He basically drilled. He got a drill.
Oh.
He drilled a hole like on his
Oh
brain
my
while he
God.
was awake, because that part of his brain kind of like rewires your entire head
Yeah.
and you're basically not you anymore. You basically turn into a zombie.
Yes.
You walk, you
Oh.
walk,
Wow.
you breathe, you move. Like you might say like little things like shit
But
like
nah,
that. But
I'm
like he's a zombie.
Like your dad.
I'm
but
gonna
you're not.
Did it work?
I'm gonna interrupt you
It did,
for one
actually.
second because that stems from his childhood. Maybe you can explain that too. Like, cause his dad showed
Yes.
him how to do that with like roadkill
Yeah.
Why did his dad show him
or
that?
something.
With roadkill, not with
So-
people.
Or like
But,
dead
that's still
animals.
kinda-
It's still bad.
so weird.
And that's how it
Roadkill.
developed. That's how it
That's how it
developed.
developed.
Because there's the three things that a killer has to have when they're younger to make sure that you know that they're a killer, which is one, they kill animals, they pee their pants, they light things on fire.
The Peter Pan's one is actually crazy.
Pee their pants, pee the bed. I actually had an ex-boyfriend who did all three of those things.
Ay ay.
Yeah. So now we're running away from it.
Okay, cool. Nice story. But going back to the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. So after he would like take pictures of them or do like any experiments on them, initially they always trying to run away, and he always got them. Like I don't know how.
He was a track star.
But they always trying to run away after they saw that he was on some weird shit, and then he'll basically kill them, and then in the process, he'll kind of get like some like satisfaction in doing that, and the next steps will either be he will have sexual intercourse with them, either lay with them or chop up their body parts and eat it.
There's a word for which it's not satisfaction. There's another word from like Criminal Minds uses it.
I love Criminal Minds.
I love Criminal Minds too. There's a
And how
specific
to
word
wait-
for
how
it.
to get away with
Gratification.
murder.
They get
Gratification,
gratification.
yes.
Yeah, I like
There
that
it is.
instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
One of the things that kind of like sparked that in him was when he was growing up. His mother had like a lot of like mental health issues, and the way that she coped with it was by like drinking a lot of medicine. It was like pills that help her control those things. And since Jeffrey was in his mother's belly, he would like his mom will always like drink like tons of pills during pregnancy and stuff like that. So basically, the way that Jeffrey got to be the way he was, based on the documentary, was when he was a kid, his mom used to be like on pills. Even during pregnancy, he was like on pills. His mom was on pills a lot. So his father like often like blamed it on his mom for like his like quiet behavior and things like that. But like at the same time, his dad like hated Jeffrey's mom. Like they were like constantly fighting because of the pills and stuff like that. So he always went to work. The only way that Jeffrey's dad like bonded with him was basically by going onto the road, getting roadkill and dissecting them.
Yes, that was their bonding.
And dissecting them. That was like their bonding. And I remember one time, like this was probably like one of the like the highlights that I have from the show, was that Jeffrey one time heard his mom and his dad arguing, and at school, kids treated Jeffrey like he was a freak. And the way that they did that was that they like asked Jeffrey to make like a voice of like someone that has like a disability speaking. So Jeffrey did that, and
Yep.
one time he thought it was like funny to like basically like imitate his dad,
His
telling his
dad.
mom to like shut up. And the kids got like weird out, and like they like kind of said like, what the fuck did he just say?
Yes,
You
like
know what
at
I'm
first they
saying?
were laughing and it was
Yeah.
whatever. Like the jokes, they were bad jokes.
It was
It was
very bad
disrespectful,
jokes.
but they were laughing, and then it took a dark turn because they're like, "Yo, what are you saying?" And it
Yeah.
was like directly from the shit that he heard at home. So it's like, dang.
Well, I saw this. I think this is from yesterday, but basically, Hollywood Reporter said that the director basically claimed that the team behind the series reached out to 20 of the victims' families trying to get input, and not a single person responded to them. So they relied heavily on the group of reporters. I mean, the group of researchers that they had,
Yeah.
which basically means don't make the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to consult with those people.
Yeah.
Like, you need to.
That's a bigger issue that not
It
a lot of
is.
people are talking about.
And like also when Jeffrey got caught for all of it and he was in prison, people used to like send him money and cards, and basically like they idolized him. They said,
That's what's
"Oh,
happening now, though.
Right.
Yeah, like people like are dressing up as him.
Yeah, so to tie that into this weekend, Halloween weekend, there are actually parents dressing up their kids as Jeffrey Dahmer. And that says a lot. Like, I saw this post that said that if Jeffrey Dahmer were to have victims that were white, these people would not be doing it. Oh yes, these parents, the kids are white. They're not people.
I think that's interesting though. Like, I don't mean to cut you off, but
Oh,
like,
you're good.
like people are also dressing up as like Michael Myers, and he killed people, and he like people are dressing up as like clowns, like evil clowns or whatever.
Michael Myers was a real person.
Was he?
No,
I didn't even know that.
no. Yeah, that's
Oh.
kind of where the faulty
Okay.
is, but like,
Okay.
just the fact of like dressing up as someone like fucked up.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
People
It's,
don't
Yeah.
want to be Michael Myers or be Freddy Krueger or
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Also, though, they're kids. They have no idea what they're dressing up as. And that came to mind when you were mentioning people idolizing Jeffrey Dahmer as
Yeah.
well. You never know what kind of impact that will have on that kid. Like, growing up, that kid will probably look back talking about, oh, my mom dressed me up as Jeffrey Dahmer. And by then, he'll probably be in textbooks. Like,
yeah. Did not. I think is weird the way that like society sometimes like makes entertainment of bad things that happen. Like for
Did you watch the movie Nope?
nope.
I watched it.
Yes, I did actually. It was the thing
Alien.
about
Like the animals and the animals
Yes.
and the aliens, like
Yes.
the aliens coming like
Yes.
trying to take the horses and
I
stuff like
did.
that, and like the
Actually did.
phenomenon.
I actually
I
liked
heard-
the movie.
It's a bigger, like, message behind
Yeah.
it.
I
By
like
Jordan
the
Peele.
movie.
I want to see that so bad.
I like the movie. It was
I was
Every
confused at
single
first.
time-
It
but
was
then-
confusing.
yeah.
You have to
Every
watch it
single-
twice.
Yeah.
every single time some like crazy shit happened, the guy was like, nope.
Nope.
He was like, nope. And like it would just have the most like calm, nonchalant
They did
face.
a great job promoting the
OJ
movie
was
too.
I love the character. OJ
Yes.
was
Yeah.
fucking amazing. I love the character. The author plays such a good job. The author's the same author that did
Get
Get
Out.
Yes.
Get Out.
And
You
what's
guys
the other
watched that
one?
too?
Yeah,
It's Get Out and Us.
and Us.
The one
Us
with
was
the-
crazy.
I didn't watch Us. That was too scary for
Us
me.
was crazy. I watched that shit on the plane, and like, I remember the part where like they were all like, did you guys watch it?
No, I didn't watch it, but I've seen.
You could
clips
spoil
about
it. Who cares?
Like they
It's
were
been
all
out 9
holding
years.
hands. Like it's basically about, like a set of twins. I think this was a while ago when I watched it, but like a set of twins, basically like, I think taking over like the whole world and like just like replicating each other almost. And it was like underneath like a cellar, and like eventually it got to the point where every like they made like a circle around the world. There's like this metaphor of like when you cut paper and like you open it.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like with people. So like people just like holding hands like around like the fucking world. Like, it was crazy.
Like, that is so interesting to me because like, what is going through the mind of like the creator? Like, how is like
Oh my
Jordan
God.
Peele like?
Yeah.
Because like, if you look at Kanye, obviously people like love Kanye because of the content that he's able to create, and like obviously he's messed up, but like a lot of like the best creators actually do have like
Crazy
some
shit.
some sort of like mental illness or something like.
Oh my God, you're so.
It's like, how does Jordan Peele come up with crazy stuff like this? That like,
Yeah.
I think there's a major difference. Like Kanye's media creators are movies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very different for you to say Kanye is an artist because of the shit he posts on the internet.
oh, I'm not
guess,
saying he's
like-
an artist because of the stuff he posts. I'm saying
but
the
I'm
music.
saying like they're like way of being like creative, like being
Yeah.
like expressive. Cause like if you turn like some crazy shit into a movie, it's entertainment. People love entertainment. People love shit that is weird, out of the normal. But social media is different because everybody's in there and everybody can put their opinion in it. When you're watching a movie, you can say, "Oh, that's fucked up. That looks weird."
I'm not
But you
saying-
cannot go into the movie and like say those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not saying like the movie is like messed up like the way Kanye's messed up. I'm saying outside of the movie, Jordan Peele as a person, like
okay.
how is he
Okay,
as
now
a
I understand.
person? Yeah, like there's Kanye in his music, and then there's Jordan Peele in his movies. Like how is Jordan Peele like off screen, like
Yeah.
when he's not writing a movie?
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, but the Jeffrey Dahmer thing is very crazy. Many of you didn't like see how
I saw a little bit. I stopped after Conrad. What's his name?
you didn't see the ending.
I haven't watched the whole thing. Like
Okay.
I stopped after that little boy.
But
What else?
could I spoil it?
Yeah, you good.
He dies.
How does he
Um,
die?
So basically, there was when Jeffrey was in prison, he used to like little pranks and like bullshit things. Because another spoiler alert, his sentence was also some bullshit. He did admit to doing everything. He got life in prison. However, the motherfucker could do labor in prison and get paid 25 cents per hour. Yes, 25 cents an hour is probably nothing. The fact that a lot of the family saw that this guy was still being idolized. Everybody was seeing him. He was like made like such a figure, and yet the victims were dead and eaten probably on this guy's like stomach or like some like
Yep.
toilet or something like that, right?
What was the time period? What was it, like the 70s, 80s?
It was I believe it was like the 80s, 80s or
Yeah.
70s.
Around like the 70s era, like the serial killers were like idolized.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
Yes.
I watched the Black Phone, and it basically
I love that movie.
takes
though.
place in that era, and it's just interesting how like idolized these serial killers are.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So then the families felt like a certain way that this guy that killed mad people, yes, he got life in prison, but yet he was like still like breathing. Like they wanted revenge,
They want him to get the death sentence.
basically. So another thing that Jeffrey did when he was in prison, he would like play pranks on people, and one particular inmate did not like this because he was a heavily religious, like he was a heavy Christian
Yeah.
inmate. So he like constantly told him, "Hey, like JP, cause JD, cause he used to call him JD in prison. He was like, yo, JD, I don't fuck with that. Don't do that." The thing that took him off to kill Jeffrey was he got baptized in prison. Jeffrey got baptized in prison. He talked to a priest and he said, "Do you think God can forgive me for what I did?" And I feel like the priest gave him such an answer that Jeffrey thought, if I believe that God has forgiven me, I'll be like forgiven. So he said, "Fuck it, God forgave me. I'm gonna get baptized." So Jeffrey got baptized. When the inmate heard that Jeffrey got baptized, he like lost it. Like he kept like asking like God like, "Why did you like forgive this man? Why is he doing this? Like please give me like guidance." So one day they were all doing like it was Jeffrey, one inmate, and then the inmate that killed him. The inmate that killed Jeffrey killed the other guy because they were doing like labor together. And then he went up to Jeffrey and he said, like, "You out here thinking that like God has forgiven you and stuff like that, but I'm a very religious man myself, and my God is telling me that I should punish you for the sins that you have committed. My God is the God of vengeance, and I am one of
Vengeance.
I am one of His warriors, and one of His like servants that came here to like punish you for what you've done." And
Nah.
listen, look, this is gonna sound like messed up coming from me, but at
Gabe, if
times,
you don't thumbnail that, that's on you.
but at times, when you hear Jeffrey talking, he was like, bro, even though he killed 16 or 18 people, his tone of voice will make him sound like he's crazy and that what he's doing is like he doesn't really know. So
Yeah.
you look like, damn, this dude killed people, but like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like
He's not a
like,
straight
Little
dickhead.
bad.
like the smallest little bit of remorse towards the guy.
Yeah.
So then when the inmate confronted him about like him like Jeffrey being baptized, Jeffrey said, "Hey, like you know what I'm saying, like before like I was messed up but like I found God and everything. Like what I did, I was like really lost. I didn't know what was going on. I know I'm a sinner, but I'm atoning for it for the rest of my life right now." That dude said, "Hey, fuck that, I'm not hearing none of that shit." He grabbed like a bar and like smashed like the entire right side of his face.
Damn.
Everything was like messed up and he died. Um, Towards the end of the show, his dad, one of the few people that said, "You're my son, I still love you," because a lot of parents, even though their sons like do like crazy stuff, they still like love their kids because not because of their kids, because they're supposed to. And he specifically said that. He told his dad, Jeffrey's dad told him, "I'm supposed to support you and I'm supposed to love you because you're my son."
Yeah.
So everything was kind of like logical and like
Yes,
just there's no emotion.
everything.
So you got to do what you got to
He
do.
felt love towards his son because at the end, when the prison pronounced Jeffrey dead and they showed the body to his father like broke down. And even like when his father found out about all the crazy stuff that Jeffrey was doing,
Yeah.
his father like he went through it. He was like blaming himself. He was blaming his wife. He was blaming his ex-wife. It was a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you should.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Does he recognize that like it stems from what
Like
he
what
did?
he did. Yeah.
all right. So yeah, basically like his dad recognized that a lot of what went wrong with Jeffrey was like his and his ex-wife's like fault. At one point, like his ex-wife like actually like tried to commit suicide for it because like she couldn't really deal with like the remorse and
The
like
guilt.
yes, or like the guilt of like knowing that like her son, which she wasn't really there for most of the time, like killed all of those people. So that's basically it for like the Jeffrey Dahmer case. It's like it's like any normal like predominantly white cases of like people dying or someone getting killed. What makes it very like controversial is the stuff that goes wrong with the system. At one point, um, Jeffrey's caught for messing with Conrad, and before he kills him, and the police kind of like let him go,
Yup.
and he also goes to court for like messing with the underage boy, and the police says, and the judge literally says, "I'm giving you a second chance. Serve 1 year in the correctional institute, and then you." But the guy was allowed to come out of the correctional institute and work. So he was there, but he could leave
Yeah.
and come back.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm
Crazy.
saying?
It's so
Yeah.
unfair. Even the person who lived down the hall called the police officers during that situation with the little boy, and the woman was like, "That was a little boy."
Yeah.
And the officer was like, "No, like I'm sure he was not a little boy. I'm sure. But you're not.
Yeah.
You're just trusting this white man, Jeffrey." And this woman's like, "That was a little boy, and if he's not a little boy, then you should properly check."
Yeah. You know, also the crazy part is that the same officers that came that night and that received calls from Jeffrey's neighbor constantly, more than like 8 times or a bunch of times. One sec. So look, Connor's family, the little boy, right? The one that they let go with Jeffrey. After he died, they took Jeffrey to court and they got like a bunch of money. And almost every day, Connor's family will receive calls saying, "Go back to your country. Like, it's freaking outrageous that you got that much amount of money for all this shit." And towards the end of the shows, it shows a scene that the people that were making those calls were the officers that let, like, Conrad go with Jeffrey.
Wow.
And it's
That's
wild.
why I'm not watching that shit.
And you
That's,
know-
You're just gonna get mad.
That's
Jay
me
Shell's gonna
angry,
just
bro.
turn that
That's
shit
why I
off.
stopped
I'll
after that
I'll
episode.
throw my computer. I'm not.
I stopped after that
What?
episode, and to
It
know that it
gets-
get worse.
Yes, it gets even worse than
Got
that. It gets even worse than that. The officers were making the calls from the phones in the police station. When the whole thing went down, that all the families, Jeffrey got caught, all the families started to sue him. The police officers got suspended for some time, right?
Suspended. That's
Suspended.
it.
Police officers
They
bill of
were
rights.
reinstated. That's not the worst part. They were reinstated, right? Jeffrey's neighbor received an award for being like a good civilian and stuff like that, mind you. The room in which she received an award had probably less than 20 people.
She's a woman of color.
With coffee and probably cookies for the guests, right? Then the documentary cuts to another scene of a big ceremony, and someone is announcing the Police Officers of the Year award, and the same dudes that let Conrad go with Jeffrey, that make those prank calls to Conrad's family, were the same officers that got the Police of the Year award. And it's freaking crazy. You know what
They
I'm
made
saying?
it like a whole movie.
I'm not
for
talking
them.
no more.
Listen,
Honestly, like
it's-
it's crazy, and we also have to keep in mind it's in the '70s too,
yeah.
like '70s and '80s. It's just like it's how it was, bro.
The same reaction that you're having right now, I had the same react. I was watching the show. Literally, I'm holding my iPad watching the show.
I told you he's the iPad kid.
Oh yeah.
Broski,
No.
Broski, it's
You call everyone the iPad kid.
Broski,
No, it's because I was an iPad kid, so I know.
I knew it. I
it's-
knew it.
It's my iPad. It's my iPad for schoolwork. Like
All right.
I don't got no games on that.
Yeah.
But-
Okay. Earlier you
iPad isn't
earlier
for
he was
games.
like, "Yo, I need to go
iPad
play
kid,
games."
You watch videos while you eat. I'm an iPad kid. I got.
That's why
That
we're on
shit
the
was always
podcast.
mad dirty,
That's why
too.
No, you know what? After this, when we get episodes rolling, I'm gonna be eating, watching our episodes.
Okay, all right, whatever.
Okay.
But to be fair,
No,
Alright.
that's the same thing you did to me. That's the same. Okay, nice story. Let's
Okay,
continue.
let's get it
to be
rolling.
fair, I literally got my iPad for schoolwork when I went to prep school. So
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways,
Continuing in the story.
Damn, that's crazy.
When I was watching the show, like, I'm gonna say this like from my standpoint of view, right? But personally, I have been like upset when like stuff happens about like race and things like that, right? But to a point that I like legitimately felt like hate and like very angry about something was about that show.
Yes.
And there were so many times that I literally like I was like I can't watch it.
I think that's
I
like the
can't watch it because it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, no, like that's like the power of how well, like even regardless of all like the stuff they didn't consult with the people.
Yeah.
That show was very well done, like to make the audience feel a certain type of way.
Absolutely.
Very
Like-
good. Because bro, I'm not even lying. The show has 10 episodes. I probably like stopped, like probably like more than like 2 times every single episode because I was like, man,
Yes.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You can't just like keep going.
Like I was like, that's
crazy.
fucked up. And the episode where like it shows like all the police officers like doing all that bullshit, like I
Yeah, I can't
stopped
watch
at that
that.
moment and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I like literally turned my iPad off and I literally had to like go sit down for a second and like watch it a couple days later because I was like, bro, like that's from a different perspective of like us like as people of color and like a white person or like a white American watching the show, it's definitely gonna be different. But in my opinion, like I wouldn't say that like a white person's watching this and saying like, oh shit, cool show. Like you know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Like they're gonna feel like a certain way because at the end of the day everybody's human,
Yes.
and I think that if you're a human and you don't think morally and a lot of the things that you see in your daily life you don't like say whether it's morally right or wrong, then I wouldn't really categorize you like as a human.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like if you're a person that watches certain things that you know are wrong and like you see it and you say, oh, it's not that bad. You know, I feel like that's fucked up. So I
I
wouldn't.
feel like on the same train though, like there's a point where you can be numb to certain things.
Yes.
So like
That's the thing.
middle of the summer, I got diagnosed with PTSD because
Yes.
I saw too many interactions with police and people of color to the point where it gave me PTSD. So I can't watch a show like that
Yeah.
anymore. To the point where I have PTSD, so I feel like I'm numb to all of this stuff. But when I actually like try to figure out what's really going on, I can't handle it. Like
Yeah.
I have an anxiety attack, I have a panic attack, I need to go do something. I can't. But there's other people who like somebody gets killed by the police. It's just another day. Like they're just numb to it. Like
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That's important to
No, that's very
mention
good,
for
actually.
everyone out there. You know,
It's real shit.
it's very powerful. Like the amount of media we're getting right now is only going to increase, and we're all going to have different perspectives of it. To be mindful of that is very powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first.
I think it's also important to know like yeah, there's like a racial divide and everything, but at the end of the day, we all got to be on the same team. Like
Yeah.
like we can't just be like we can't continue to divide each other because it's just obviously gonna make things worse.
Yeah, I also just want to add on, like, yes, we're talking about Kanye, yes, we're talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, but the moral of the story is, like, this is all impacting us as a community.
Yeah.
Multiple communities, it's all impacting us. the bigger story is that this type of media, this type of content holds so much power in that type of division Gabe was just talking about. And we need to be talking about it. We need to be addressing it and holding each other accountable.
Definitely. Think
Yeah. The main takeaway, like another takeaway from this episode, is that media plays a lot, like a very big role, especially because we're one of like the youngest generations right now, and the amount of power that we have. And believe it or not, the media influences that power. If none of all of this stuff was happening on the internet, if it was all just like a word of mouth thing, we wouldn't be here today. Like we wouldn't really know how to cope with like racial issues or things going around in the country. So yeah,
If I could give one takeaway from this episode, you talked about us being the youngest generation. Right now is the time to go vote.
yeah,
Yes,
It's coming up
please.
real soon.
Absolutely.
If you're not at home, get like a mail-in ballot. If you can go home, then go vote at home. But make sure you guys all vote. The reason that the older generations have so much power is because they do vote. So there's a lot of us, and a lot of us are becoming the age where we can vote now. So we need to make sure that we're registered and that we're
Absolutely.
getting out and we're voting.
it's a new wave coming.
yeah.
New wave.
A lot of people will say that like, or like, one of the things that discourages people to like not vote, like younger people especially, is that they say like, oh, like if I vote, like you know what I'm
Doesn't
saying,
matter.
like it's probably not gonna. It actually does matter.
Especially like midterms right now, like you're voting for the next governor, for the mayors, for everyone in your area. Like this is the time when it matters the most.
Absolutely.
Like
It's direct impact.
yeah, if I can see like that argument being made for like a national election for like the president, if you live in like a blue state and you want to vote Republican, oh my vote doesn't matter, whatever, who cares? But like this is like direct impact. Like there's such a small amount of people that your vote can be the one that really changes the tide. So
Absolutely.
go vote, get your friends to vote, make sure you're
Yes.
registered, all that stuff.
Definitely. All right, guys. That is the episode of Blue Table Podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Spotify, everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys.
See you around.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.